You are going to need 20 gauge copper dead soft wire. I am using black coated. You need to cut this into two lengths, 10 to 11 inches, and then the other length 28 to 30 inches. If this is the first time you're making something like this, I recommend adding a couple of inches to the end just in case you need some extra. You're going to need 6mm beads. You'll need about 15 to 20 of these, depending on how big you want to make your bracelet. And you're going to need a tape measure so that you can measure your wrist so that you make the bracelet the right size. Tools you will need. You'll need your flesh cutters, your chain nose pliers, Tweezer nose pliers, round nose pliers, and nylon jaw pliers. First, you're going to cut 28 to 30 inches of wire. I like to go with 30 so that there's less chance I will run out of wire. At the 10-inch mark, fold your wire around your round nose pliers, taking them back slightly on the bottom and then wrapping them around the top. It'd be better if you could see, and form kind of a teardrop shape. Now you're going to even them up so that they're not crossing, and then you can take your tweezer nose pliers and just kind of fold the bottom in just to get that perfect shape, because this is going to be one of our finishing touches at the end. Now get yourself a 10-inch piece of wire. You're going to use this one to wrap around the other two wires. So what I like to do is just create a little bend here about 1.5 inches in and fold it over so that it easily wraps around the other two. I had to flip it around the other way. Just try to keep the two parts of the first wire in alignment and slide them deep into the bend of that third wire. Once you have it secured in place, you can start wrapping it around. We're going to start with 1, 2, keep them nice and snug, 3, push them in together, and then you're going to clip off this little excess piece. And make sure you clip it on the side that you want to be the back side. Now I'm going to grab my chain nose pliers and I'm just going to press down just to make sure everything is even and smooth and nice and neat. You'll want to check your wires regularly to make sure that they are staying smooth and that your work is staying neat and tidy. And now that we have our foundation for our bracelet, you want to make sure that the outer wires are the longer wires and that the shortest wire is in the middle. Now, keeping the shortest wire in the middle, we are ready to start adding the beads. If you're noticing my wires are much longer than yours, don't panic. I just so happen to already have these pieces cut out, so they are a few inches too long. All right, we've got the first bead down the middle wire, and we're going to take the bottom one, wrap it around the middle wire from the front to the back, and make sure you pinch it in close to the bead. You're going to take the top wire and wrap it around from the front to the back, going up. And just keep pinching and tightening until you've got the bead wrapped nice and snug. Now we're ready for our second bead. So I'll show you again how I wrap the wires around to secure it. And as I add beads, I like to press the next bead into the last bead. It kind of helps make the wires a little bit more tight, and then you don't end up with gaps. And again, we're going to take that bottom wire, swoop it up around the bead, and take it around the back of the middle wire, and have it facing down. The top wire is going to do the opposite. We go around the top of the bead and then around the wire and up. And here we've got the second bead in place. And we're going to keep adding beads to the middle wire. You always put them on the middle wire and use the other 2 wires to wrap around it. And this is going to be the same pattern that you continue the entire length of the bracelet, taking that wire on the bottom around the bead and then to the back side of the middle wire, and then taking the wire on the top around the top of the bead and around that middle wire going up. You're going to continue this process until you have the length that you desire. I'm going for 7 inches on this one. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up. We should be right at about 7 inches. And keep in mind when you're measuring, you want to measure from the clasp that's going to be formed, which is about 1 inch out from the end, and it will be a hook that goes into that loop that we made at the very beginning. Holding on to that middle wire tightly, you're going to get your chain nose pliers and you're going to create a bend about 1 inch away from that last bead, and you're going to fold it to run parallel with itself, using those chain nose pliers to bring it in and to get it to be really nice and tight together until it resembles somewhat of a bobby pin. Now holding those together, you're going to take that bottom wire and wrap it around the back side once, and then you're going to take the top wire and wrap it towards you around the other side. Keep pinching them down together. Grab some chain nose pliers if you need to, and wrap that first wire around another time. And then once more. And as you see, I've still got a lot of wire left, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to clip off that one. Make sure you're still only clipping on the back side. And I'm going to clip off that second one that we wrapped around. Your round nose pliers can come in handy with making those wires tuck under the base wires, and that way they stay hidden. It's also a good time to grab your nylon pliers and just kind of press and smooth, because they won't put any dents in the wire. Last wire we have to clip off is the one that we made our little bobby pin out of, and we're going to clip it as tight as we can up to the wires that are wrapped around it. And just look over your bracelet, make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, and if you're satisfied, then it's time to bend your hook. Get your round nose pliers, take them in about 1/2 inch and fold them in. And now your bracelet is complete. You can go ahead and bend it around and clasp it together for the first time. You want to look over it, see if there's any beads that are uneven with one another, some that are sticking out further than others, and just kind of keep going around making it as symmetrical and proportionate as possible. Use your tools to tidy up anywhere that you see fit. And there you have it, folks. You have a wearable piece of jewelry that you have handcrafted by yourself. Easy to take on and off, lightweight, and perfect for summer.